Live right now. Yep, here we are. Hi everyone, it's Global Scholarships and I'm your host Az. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything is going great. And today we're here with another weekly scholarship live stream, scholarship Q&A live stream. Uh, as you know, probably we do this every Friday, same hour, same day. And Eamon is here with me. Hi Eamon, how are you? How are things going?
Hi, Az. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well too. Thank you very much. Everyone, if you're new here, we are Global Scholarships. We're a platform that is about like sharing information on scholarships, about studying abroad, that sort of thing. This is Hi there, Ervant. Welcome to our live stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. This is our website. We have a ton of information here to share. As you can see, it's completely free. There is no like registration. There is no pricing, create an account or something like that. You can just go in and use all the information completely freely. We have guides about scholarships, like scholarships by degree, featured scholarships, currently open scholarships, like what scholarships are open for application right now, government scholarships. These are very popular. And if you want to get more information about these, you can just go to our website. And as you can see, we have Germany, USA government scholarships, France, a lesser known scholarship, but it is very, very generous, a great scholarship. Other scholarships here as well. And when it comes to like government scholarships, like these big, like very well known scholarships, it is best to get as much information as you can because you'll be competing with a lot of people. Fully funded scholarships, etc., etc. We have guides on countries, like full guides. For example, you can click on here and see all the countries that we have. And if you're interested in any one of these, right? Let's say you want to study in Germany, you can click on Germany and you'll see a huge kind of collection of guides about different subjects, about education, about like how to choose a university, about like how to choose a program, applying to universities, documents and tests, and like language requirements, because different countries have different procedures when it comes to these like tests and etc etc. Language proficiency, as I said, or the one thing that you are most interested in, of course, like financing your studies, how to study in this country for free. We usually make videos of these, like how much does it cost to study in this country, and like what scholarship options do you have in this country. So yeah, you can click on any one of these to read the entire guide to get, as you can see, a ton of information. And for a lot of those, we also have like videos as well. Can we study in Germany without German proficiency? Yes, you can go and study in Germany. Germany does have programs in English, but then, of course, you need to be able to study in an English program. You'll have to provide like an English proficiency, like proof of English proficiency. Ayman, do you want to add anything about this scholarship, this question?
No, yeah, that's what you said is right. So you can study in Germany without uh, having to take any German proficiency exams, just provided that your course is taught in English and you'd need to prove proficiency in English. So basically what you said.
Yeah, it is possible, but of course, like if you have some, at least some proficiency in German, it would be easier for you because in Germany there are not that many scholarships that cover your living costs. Like you don't usually have to pay any tuition, so like it's not like going to Canada, Australia, United States, or United Kingdom and having to pay about like $20,000, $40,000 every year for tuition. So you don't have to pay that, but they also, since the education is already free, they also don't give you a lot of scholarships with like stipends, with allowances, cash awards, or something like that. So like you might have to find other ways of supporting yourself, and for that, having at least some proficiency in German is very, very helpful. So what do we else? What do we have here? We have a scholarship. We don't talk about that all that often. We have an external scholarship. It's about $3,000. I don't have a lot of information about how this scholarship really works. You can get more information here. And we also do have consulting services. This is something that a lot of people were asking. We used to have these, and then we kind of like stopped doing that. But now we have memberships on YouTube. So if you're like silver member or higher, you can get access to our Discord server where you can get direct help with your applications, like scholarship applications, applications to universities, etc., etc. Like if you, I'm not gonna click on this, but if you click, it'll just take you to our YouTube page, like membership page. So we have that as well. We do have scholarship stories. These are great. I think it's kind of like underrated. So these are scholarships. These are stories that we got people from people who have earned scholarships. Like all of the, like every single one of these people, they have earned specific scholarships, like very popular scholarships, like DAAD scholarship. This is the German government scholarship. For example, we have master scholarships in Lund, which is in Sweden. It's a very good university in Sweden. Here we have another fully funded scholarship, Global Korea Scholarship, which is the Korean government scholarship. So every one of these people has earned one of those scholarships, and you can get a lot of information from their pages, like their stories, how they prepare, like what did they do, like what kind of grades they had. I think like when it comes to this big scholarships that a lot of people want, I think getting more information is really, really good for you. And you can also contact a lot of those people because they share their Instagram, their LinkedIn. You can just directly ask them about their experience, about those scholarships. So yeah, these are really good. I unfortunately don't have, like, couldn't find a really good way to bring these scholarship stories to you. I'm not sure how I could do that, like what kind of video I could make, but these are kind of like really, really, really underrated. Other than that, we of course have my favorite tool in our website, which is our free search tool, which you can use for searching for scholarships. Basically, this is our front page, right? This is homepage. Like if you go to globalscholarships.com, this is what you'll see, and you can just immediately start using our search tool to look for scholarships. You can type in anything, any country. For example, you were asking about Germany, right? Let's say you want to find a scholarship in Germany. Let's type in Germany, choose the country, Germany, and it'll show you what scholarships we have in our database in Germany. So in Germany, we have about 61 scholarships. But in total, we have in our database about 4,500 scholarships. So these are scholarships given by universities to new coming international students. Okay, so every one of these are for freshman students or international students given by the university. Now we have some like external and like government scholarships as well in here, but usually they are given by the university. And you can click on any one of these to get a lot of information, to watch our videos, to ask your questions here, and or directly go to the university's page for that scholarship to get direct information. So we're gonna see that. We're gonna see how to use that. But now let's look at like if we can find any scholarships in Germany. So in Germany, a lot of scholarships that you'll find are free tuition, which is basically the university does not charge any tuition fees. So you have to pay about like 300 euros every term, just for every semester, just as like a semester fee. That's it. As you can see, we have a lot of universities in here: free tuition, free tuition, free tuition, free tuition. So there are not that many scholarships that give you any stipend, but you can look for partial funding scholarships in Germany. And we have about almost 20 of those. And these give you, like we have student assistantships and other scholarships as well. These will give you a certain level of stipend. And since you don't have to pay any tuition fees, this will all go to covering your living costs. Okay, Arvind says, I have done bachelor's in hotel management. Is there any scholarships for masters from hotel management background? Sorry for bothering you. What do you mean, sorry for bothering? That's literally why we are here. This is a Q&A live stream. Of course, you can ask any questions at that you want. So if you're asking specifically for Germany, now what you can do is, let me see if we have subject here. Hotel management. Hospitality and tourism management. I think that might include your program. The thing is, usually with scholarships, they don't really care so much about your subject, about program. For example, let me show you something. Like, let's say all subjects, right? I'm just going to reset filters. We have about 4,500 scholarships in our database. So I'm going to choose a subject in here. Let's say accounting. Okay, yeah, as you can see, we have about 3,600 scholarships. So most scholarships are kind of okay with any program, but the school must be offering that program as a program they teach. Okay, so for example, you can go and see the universities in Germany. I mean, that's something you have to do, obviously. Like if you're gonna do masters, you have to go and see whether the university offers hotel management as a master's program. And if they do, usually you can also apply for any scholarships they offer, right? Or you can, of course, as always, just let me share the link with you for hospitality and tourism management. So as you can see, some of these kind of includes, like specifically mentions hospitality and tourism management, but then you'll also have scholarships for all subjects. Again, all subjects in this context means all subjects offered by that university. Let me share the link with you. You can look into any one of those that you're interested in. Eamon, do you want to say anything? Maybe you have some insights that I do not have about hotel management. They were also asking about Germany. I'm not sure if this question is specifically for German universities or like in general.
Just like you said, basically, for the most part, scholarships are not for specific programs or courses. They're offered to all courses available at the university. And if it's a governmental scholarship, then they don't really care, provided that the universities you have applied to have that course. So I guess you should just look for scholarships in general instead of looking for scholarships for a specific subject. Although sometimes there are scholarships offered by specific departments, and those tend to be less competitive because you're only competing with people going for the same subject. But those are usually not that common. Yeah, for Germany, tuition is already free, and the requirement will always be the same. So you'd need a specific amount of money to be able to support yourself while you study in Germany. That is the main requirement. Other than that, you just have to pay a small fee each semester. The fully funded scholarships are not that available in Germany, although there are a few. But the main one is, of course, the DAAD scholarship, the German Exchange Program scholarship. So you should look into that. Other than that, I don't think you should find much difficulty in finding programs in Germany because tuition is already free, and if you just have a certain amount, which is around 11,000 euros, which will be yours, of course, so they will just give you a small amount each month from the total amount to support yourself. So you're basically paying nothing except for your stay there. So
yeah,
it is kind of free, but you just need that base fund to be able to study there.
Okay, thank you very much. So Yadu Pratap will get your question in a second. But Aravind, I shared two links with you. The first one is for our page for DAD scholarship. And if you are interested in DAD, please go and see our scholarship stories. You can, by the way, use the DAD page for that. Like we have scholarship stories here. You can get more information about that. The other is we have about 12 scholarships, partially funded scholarships in Germany. That's the link. That's the second link. This page you can look into this, and like if you know anything about scholarships, like there are three different types, three different funding types of scholarships. Basically, partial funding means it covers less than tuition fees of the university. It doesn't cover the tuition. Full tuition covers just the tuition fees of the university, and full funding means it covers the tuition fees, and then it gives you something more, maybe a stipend, maybe accommodation, maybe insurance, etc. Now, the thing about Germany, I always have to say this. In Germany, in a lot of universities, for example, this student assistantship, right? This looks like a partial funding scholarship because it doesn't cover the tuition. It just gives you about 6,000 euros every semester. The thing is, it doesn't cover the tuition fee because there is no tuition fee to begin with. So it looks like a partial funding scholarship, but in essence, it's like a full funding scholarship. Okay, so this is why I'm sending you the link for partial scholarships. Look into these, and if you get any one of these, it'll be kind of a full funding scholarship, like a full funding scholarship that you would get in United States. Okay, keep that in mind. Anyway, Canada Dalhousie University. Dalhousie, is that how it's pronounced? I very recently made a video on full funding scholarships in Canada. You might be interested in that. You have to put up. I'm hoping that's how it's pronounced. So the thing is, in this university, okay, this doesn't work twice. In this university, there are some undergraduate scholarships, but usually they are just partial. As you can see, this covers about 48,000. This covers about 88,000 in total, and right? Yeah, 88. So the university's tuition is about 16,000. I think this is kind of almost full funding, perhaps. Anyway, so as you can see, these are these are partial funding scholarships. But if you are looking for graduate programs, they do have good scholarships. As you can see, Killam Productoral Scholarship Level 1 and Level 2. Level 1 is for masters, and Level 2 is for PhD students. And both of these cover up to $42,000 per year for up to 2 and 3 years. And that's kind of, calculated on the basis of like it covers the tuition fees, and it gives you something, a little stipend to live there. What SAT scores good for KAIST UG? ISDB scholarship, pros and cons. Okay, we're gonna get to that question, but first let's go for regular shorts. What SAT scores good for KAIST UG? So I think it's a little difficult to say what SAT score will get you there. Perhaps they do have a criteria. Let's go to KAIST scholarships. This is the one you're talking about, I'm sure. So let's see criteria. Just be an international bachelor student. So this is the page. This is the one you're talking about, right? Let's see, official scholarship page. And I'm trying to see, maybe they like provide us with any information while giving Eamon some time to like, maybe you can find it, the answer for us. Yeah. Okay. This will take some time. KAIST always does that. It takes time to load. Eamon, do you have any information, direct information about this one?
Yeah, no, not really. I'm on their admissions page, but I can't really see any requirements when it comes to the SAT.
Yeah, for example,
But
we have some
if I had to
information.
guess,
Yeah,
sorry,
go ahead. No,
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
if I had to guess, it would be like above 1300 for the SAT,
Yeah,
although
for
the page
example,
is not loading.
we have some information on like how to keep it, like in terms of GPA, and yeah. So we have one person who has been accepted to the university with 1440 SAT. Not sure really. Okay, the page is loaded, but it doesn't say anything. Yeah, we don't like usually universities do not have that information as well. Like you need to have this uh, unless it's a specific criterion. So yeah, I guess like as Eamon said, it had to be over 1300, but no, not much. If you want to apply to the scholarship, by the way, you can do that with our tutorial, which is here in the page that I've shared with you. You can just apply to university, and you only have to take a little box to also apply for that. Okay, so let's talk about ISDB scholarship. I don't have much information on that. Eamon, what would you want to say about ISDB scholarship?
Well, I have no idea about this one either. I have never heard of this scholarship.
I think they asked about that for a couple of weeks ago when you were not here.
Oh,
That's Islamic Development Bank scholarship programs, right? Is that it, guys? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't think we have much more information than you have like you would get from this page. This is odd. Okay, let's click on the scholarships, and we have how to apply in here. Okay, these are videos. So did you watch these? I think these can give you good information. Other than that, yeah, not much information. So establish merit scholarships program for PhD. Yeah, I think this is for. I don't think this is offered for undergraduate. I don't think you've given us information about your specific situation, but okay. Establish the merit scholarship program for PhD studies and postdoctoral research in applied science and high technology to strengthen the scientific, technological, and research capabilities of institutions. Okay. Oh yeah, they do have a master. MSc. No mention of any undergraduate programs. For more information about the programs, please click. Maybe if you didn't watch this specific video, you might do that. Let me share the link with you. Other than that, we don't have any specific information for this. Sorry. Okay, guys. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask them. We'll help you as best as we can. So yeah, we have, as you can see, we have a lot of information. Like if you're interested in any scholarship, right? Any scholarships in any about KAIST. Okay, if you do you have any other like specific question about KAIST? SAT math section. Okay. What about it? How much did they got? Do you mean this person? So what is this? Is we have like admissions and scholarship results. Let me show it to you. Where is it? So yeah, here you can click on all admissions. It's basically a some. I mean, when I say some, there are like thousands and thousands of entries here. Scholarship and admission results that we've gathered, and the thing is, a lot of them are for United Kingdom. So sorry, United States. If you like search for it, let's say KAIST, we only have one in KAIST, and let's say if you profile, yeah, that's the only information you can get. 1440. Maybe you can get more information on like googling it, like make maybe looking into like Reddit. And hang on, let me see if we have any. Right, here are the scholarships. Do we have any scholarship stories for this? I wonder. No, not here. Also, you can. You know what? You can ask your questions here. We have a lot of questions that are answered. Maybe you can get some helpful information in our like comment section. Also, you can leave your questions here and leave a comment section, or like on any one of our pages. Could be about a scholarship, could be a university page, and Hyunli, who is the founder of Global Scholarships, answers all of them, literally all of them, as you can see. Not a single question going unanswered. So, yeah, I think you can perhaps try that. So yeah, I don't think we have any scholarship stories for this university or the program. Yeah. Okay, I don't see any other questions. So keep in mind that you can ask your questions anytime you want. So until you ask some questions, we're gonna talk. Okay, even though the admissions team say the scores don't matter, they probably have a cutoff. Yeah, I think usually what they do. Yeah, perhaps. Why am I speculating? Eamon, do you want to say anything about this? I'm not sure. Like they have a cutoff. They have like a like unspoken minimum level.
I really wouldn't know. Like this is way too specific, and since the information is not readily available on their website, I'm not sure uh, how to approach this. Yeah, so I think the best way is to ask people who have gotten the same scholarship before. They could give you um, a score to aim for, and that's usually how people do it. So they just go to previous recipients, ask about their SAT score if they had sat for it, and go from there if the information is not transparently provided by the university or the scholarship.
Okay, thank you very much. So, guys, today we're going to talk about a full funding scholarship in Hong Kong. This is Foundation Scholarship for President Scholars at the University of Hong Kong. It's for bachelors, University of Hong Kong. It's full funding. We've talked about this, I think, like a little more than a month ago, or maybe 2 months. I'm not sure. But it ends like its deadline ends in about 3 weeks, and like preparing your application for scholarships can really take a long time, like a couple of weeks, unless you're like also like preparing to apply for another scholarship as well. So I just wanted to remind you to go over this scholarship, so you can use this 3-week period to apply to the scholarship if you're interested in. Hi there, Neon Penguin. Welcome to our live stream. Can you tell me some scholarships for Australian universities for bachelors and masters? Okay, we'll do in a second after we talked about this scholarship. So this covers 100% of your tuition fees, your accommodation, your living stipend, and an enrichment scholarship. Basically, it's a very, very, very generous scholarship. It's a great scholarship, but it kind of has to be because Hong Kong is kind of expensive, can be expensive. There are not that many eligibility criteria, incoming international students with outstanding grades. So let's see about the university a little bit. It's in Hong Kong University. You can see the population here, scholarships, we have admissions. We do have an application tutorial here. You can just watch it if you want to apply. And we have, for example, some admission results here. As you can see, they usually accept about 1510 from Russia, Kazakhstan. And we have the tuition here. And if you have any questions, you can just leave them here. Thank you very much, Neon Penguin. Like any way we can help you. Let's see where the university is and what it looks like. So yeah, this is the place. Hong Kong. And this is what the university looks like. It's a really good university, very popular university. Can be a bit expensive to live there and study there, but this scholarship, if you get it, covers quite a lot, right? And other than that, you can again leave your questions here. We made a video about this one. You can click here to go and see their official page. Most of the information you'll get from there is kind of like on our page already. So they have this kind of odd way to find scholarships. Basically, first you have to choose either your local or non-local. Let's say non-local. Your qualification, usually it is international qualification, and then faculty. Let's say faculty of science, right? And then it shows you how many scholarships there are for you. And where's foundation? There it is. Here's the one. As you can see, it's pretty much the same information you'll get from our page. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There is no separate application. You apply to the scholarship while they apply to the university, which you can do using our application tutorial. Eamon, do you have anything you want to add about this one?
Yeah, so as you said, Hong Kong is probably one of the most expensive countries
Mm-hmm.
in the world. I think it's probably, as like the city itself,
Yeah.
is the second or third most expensive. So, um, that is always a factor to keep in mind when looking at scholarships and how much they cover. Sometimes, funding seems significant, but when you compare it to the living cost of a certain country or a certain city, it wouldn't be enough. Um, Not that it's the case for this scholarship, but it's something to keep in mind in general when looking at when researching any kind of award. Um, it it's the fact that funding needs to be proportionate to the living costs of the city. So if you're getting around $2,000 per month in New York, it wouldn't be enough for the most part. So same thing
Mm-hmm.
applies to Hong Kong or any expensive city for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a scholarship we have uh discussed, I think, a month or so ago. Um, it is a generous scholarship. I'm not sure how much the living stipend they provide is, but
Yeah.
I think it would be wise to figure the amount out before assuming that it would be enough. Uh, yeah, so since it covers accommodation, I would assume that the scholarship itself would be, or the allowance would be enough, since you don't have to pay rent from the allowance itself.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, rent is really, really expensive in Hong Kong, so it's a small country, and there isn't enough places to rent, so rent is always going to be high there. I think it's really as expensive as any big city in Europe or the United States, um, which is also something to keep in mind. So it is uh, part of China, but China has the advantage of being cheaper in every way possible.
Yeah.
Um, that is the downside of Hong Kong. So it's a great country, great city, but rent is expensive, life is expensive, and you'd need a really good scholarship to be able to support yourself there. Other than that, given the opportunity, I think anyone should pursue scholarships in Hong Kong, um, and education in general. It's a really great country in terms of education or just living standards in general.
Okay, thank you very much. So right, regulars, no, you're not interrupting. This is a live stream, a Q&A live stream. Of course, you're gonna ask questions. Any way to get there? I'm not sure. Maybe you can get. Hang on, let me see. So KAIST, scholarships. Let's see this scholarship. This is the page, and then let's click on official scholarship page, which takes a little time to load. Yeah, I think you can find their contact info here. Perhaps you can inquire using those.
I think they're talking about previous recipients, not the university itself or the scholarship.
Right. Get their contact info, previous recipients of KAIST. Yeah, I don't think we have much information on that, do we?
I think you can just go on LinkedIn, type KAIST scholarship, and then you'll find people who have it listed as their awards, and you can contact them from there. So that's the best way to do it.
Okay. Also, please talk the Hong Kong UG programs. That's what we've been doing. So Neon Penguin says, can you tell me some scholarships for Australian universities for bachelors and masters? So I'm pretty sure we've made a couple of videos about scholarships in Australia, and we're gonna make another one, I think, in a month to show you all the scholarships that you have in Australia. Hang on, I think okay, our meeting has ended with Ayman. We're gonna have to start over with the new link. So the one problem about this is full funding scholarships. There's only like one of them that is for bachelors. No, two of them, but one of them is a humanitarian scholarship, and the other is Casey Cook scholarship, which is a great scholarship, but is given to a very limited number of nationalities and just to one person. So there are not that many opportunities for bachelors. Let me share the link. These are the full funding ones. Of course, you can go for full tuition or partial scholarships as well, but you have to keep in mind that Australia can be a bit expensive. I mean, full tuition, if you get full tuition and on wrong link. I'm trying to get now. I'm trying to get into the meeting. Amen. Okay. Now. So the thing about Australia is perhaps you can like if you get a full tuition scholarship, you can cover your living costs by yourself. But if you get a partial scholarship, you have to keep in mind that okay, Ayman, if you can hear me, it's in, I'm not sure why, but when I click on your link, the second link, the new link you've sent me, it says invalid meeting ID. Okay, I'm trying to join that one. Sorry guys, I think we're gonna fix this in a second. Okay, Ayman, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I can hear you as well. Can you give me a quick sound check for OBS?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. So, as I said, you can look into those. For masters, you have more opportunities. For example, these ones, graduate research scholarships, and for PhD, this one, HDR scholarships are really good. It's in Curtin University. I think we made a number of videos. None of them are open right now for application, I think. What? What do you mean? For bachelors, 0. For masters, 0. Yeah, because when you add PhD, it kind of confuses the program. So yeah, you can look into these. Other than that, one thing about scholarships in Australia, as I said, maybe you can cover the living costs, but the tuition fees are really high. As you can see, about 60,000 Australian dollars, which is quite a lot. Okay, so Australian ones, Hong Kong. I get an SAT score of 1450. Can I get any scholarship? I don't think I can give you any real answer for that. Ayman, what would you say?
Yes, you can. So there are automatic scholarships given based on your SAT score. Usually you find those at US universities. Just look up automatic scholarships for undergraduate students. And there are plenty of those. They're just given based on your SAT score, ACT score, sometimes based on your language proficiency score. So if you have a good SAT score, generally those are the ones to go for. Although I would say that none of them are fully funded.
Yeah.
It would be up to full tuition.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ayman. All right, guys. So we talked about the scholarship of the day, scholarship of the week, and we answered your questions as much as we can. And I don't see any new questions. I'll just give you like a second, a moment to like type in your questions if you have any other, so we can answer them. Otherwise, we're gonna end the live stream here. By the way, of course, one thing that we didn't talk about is like in places like Australia, Canada, USA, people are kind of a little outsider or a little less welcome than they used to be. So keep that in mind as well. I mean, you just ask for scholarships, ask about scholarships, so I didn't say much about that, but um, okay, I don't see any new questions. So we're gonna end the live stream here. Thank you everyone for joining in. If you're watching this as a VOD after the live stream, thank you very much for watching. We're here every Friday to answer your questions, to talk about scholarships, talk about opportunities to study abroad, and that sort of thing. We are globalscholarships.com. We have an incredible amount of information on our website. Just please check it out. Like it's not even paid or anything like that. Just use all the free information you can get. Is a general advice I can give you if you're looking for any scholarships or studying abroad opportunities. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Eamon, thank you very much for joining me today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Okay, everyone, will be here next Friday as always, and I hope you have a nice week. Bye.